What's going on, y'all? It is New Year's Eve, and I am in the garage getting a few things done here and just trying to finish this thing up, y'all, so I can just get it to the shop. But I wanted to, first of all, just say Happy New Year to you guys out there, man. It's been a phenomenal year. I'm so grateful for everybody out there that I've met. You guys have been phenomenal, and I appreciate all the support and love and everything, y'all. And 2020 is gonna be just another amazing year. I told my girl the other day that I was trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of next year. She was like, "What? Can you do that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I've seen it done." So, I just hope that if I continue to do the right things and you guys stick with me, and we can help grow this channel together. So that is my goal for the end of 2020, is hopefully get to 10,000 subscribers by then. But I just got to thank you all first for that, and I hope we can just continue to make this thing happen, y'all, and continue to grow this thing and move forward. So Happy New Year to everybody out there, and if you guys go out, y'all, be safe. I'm not a big drinker or partier. I'm staying home tonight. But if you guys go out and turn up, definitely be safe. Don't drink and drive. And we want to all roll into 2020 alive and safe. So anyways, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this camera around here so we can get into the main part of the video. So I got the electric fans actually kind of temporarily installed. I made a little bracket here to kind of like hold it right there. What I'm gonna buy is I'm gonna buy some they make like this oh, I forgot what they're called, man. There's some type of rubber type of seal for doors, but I'm actually gonna use it for this right here. And they have like a little I don't know if they call it they call it a bulb, but basically it sits on top of what's that thing called? I don't know. It's like some type of flange or something. I don't know. But basically it grips to the edge of like a door seal, and then it has a bulb on top of it, which basically is just like a round rubber hose seal. And so I'm gonna get one of those to kind of decrease or minimize any type of airflow that can kind of escape, since I have probably about a 1/4 inch or more gap right there. So I'm gonna get that there. I gotta adjust this bracket a little bit, y'all, because it's kind of like sinking in and putting a lot of pressure inside the middle of the electric fans. If you guys can kind of see that, it's kind of bowed out towards the end. So it's kind of off centered because of this spout here for the radiator, and I also had to actually cut this end off so it'll fit, but I think it looks all right. I think it looks pretty good. It's not a huge deal to me, and it actually almost fits the radiator really well. So but anyways, kind of got that temporarily installed. What I did for the bottom is I actually not made a bracket, but I went to Lowe's and got this little aluminum piece of like angle iron or angle aluminum, and I just cut it to fit. It was like 18 inches wide out there in the bottom, and on the bottom there's like these clips for where the radiator shroud actually slid into and held. So that's what actually held the radiator shroud so it didn't fall down. And this was a perfect thickness where I could actually slide this right into the clips, and that way the electric fans just sits right on top of this. And I put like some type of weather stripping foam down on top of it, so it had something to sit on, and it actually worked out really well. So I'm going to basically, I still have to secure that on the bottom to make it so it won't move or slide out or anything like that, so that way it's not only being held by the top. What else did I do? So what I'll do here too is I'll cut these fans on to show you kind of how they work. It took me a while to kind of figure it out because the wiring and the relays all came together, and it's all basically ran in series already, but there's a few different ways that they'll still work even if you have like the power wire and the negative hooked to the different terminals, and then if you have wires kind of mixed up, they'll still work, but you kind of got to figure out like what's the correct way to work it. And with no manual and me just trying to figure it out, and I'm not the greatest wiring tech out there, it took me a while to kind of figure it out, but I think this is the correct way to do it. So I'll show you here in a moment. But let me go ahead and get over to that side, and I'll cut you back on here in a second. All right, y'all, so here we go. So this actually right here is, I forgot to show you that. That's actually the wiring pigtail and harness for the Holley ECU. And basically it has 3 wires there. One to run of them to run one fan, the other one to run the second fan, and then the other one to run AC. So so basically if I had AC in here and I had it hooked up, when the AC cuts on, it would turn on the fans. So obviously I don't have AC, so I'm not gonna be able to run that part of the wiring harness, but I'll be able to run the other 2. So I think I got this figured out now, how it's gonna run. It took me a long time to kind of figure out, because it was really weird. Sometimes one fan would work and then the other fan wouldn't work, and then sometimes they would both run at the same time. They would run at different speeds and whatnot, and I had them both running at the same time, and not even, you know, messed with the wiring harness at all. I don't know why they ran at the same time. It was just really weird. Sometimes they would run at the same time, and I don't know why. It was giving me kind of weird ways of working, but this way is the way that I think I'm going to run it, and I'll show you guys here right now. So so there's some videos out there that say on these Dodge Intrepid fans, the black are actually the positive leads, and then the ones with the color, like they could be yellow, they could be brown, they could be green, those are actually the negative leads. I didn't find that to be correct for my particular set of fans, and they actually will still work if you swap them. If you put these to the ground and the black ones to the positive, they'll just turn the other way. And so these being I guess they would call them puller fans, this is the way they're supposed to run and be routed. So because they need to pull the air from the radiator, and also the air that's coming through the car while the car is moving in, and get that that hot air out of the radiator and feed that air onto the engine and cool everything down. So I found it that this way is supposed to be the correct way for these particular fans to work. So with that being said, I have the 2 trigger leads, or I guess they would kind of be maybe hot leads, hooked up to the positive side of my jump box, which let's just say would be the positive side to the battery. And when I actually hook these up, I'm gonna hook up one thick lead, probably like a 10 gauge lead, to a fuse, and hook that to the battery. So I have these hooked up now. I have one of the grounds tied in already. This should pop on this driver side fan, and I have it labeled driver side fan high, fan 1, and the other one I have is the passenger side fan 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn these on so you guys can see how they work and whatnot. Again, this way they just both blow on high or at one speed the whole time and be good. So let me go ahead and cut this thing on. And got that fan on, so you guys can hear it, but that thing is blowing. I don't know how hard these things blow. I thought I heard somewhere around 3,000 CFM possibly. I mean, it's blowing so hard, it's blowing. But this stuff is moving over here. Even this is moving right here, so it's pulling some air, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and connect the other one, so this should cut on the other fan, and they both should run at the same speed. So let me go ahead, and now they're both on. I'll take this one off, and this is shut off. That one's shutting down. One side's still going. Now I'm going to shut off the jump box. And I'll shut everything down. So I found this to be, I think, the correct way that they should run. I'm possibly thinking that they might actually run together at a low and high speed, because I was able to kind of get them to both work at the same time, and then go at a low speed at one on one account, and then when I hit another wire, they both came on high speed. So, however, when I took one of the wires off and they were both running at a high speed, they would both actually just shut off even when one of the wires was still hooked up. So that I kept messing with that for a while, and that seemed to not be the correct way to do it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's maybe something is weird with the relay, and you know, maybe it just kind of hung on for a second or something. I don't know, but I didn't want to mess anything up, and I think the way I just showed you guys is the correct way that these are probably needed to be ran. And with that said, being said, the harness for the ECU specifically says to make sure you hook up the fan 1 and 2 from the wire directly to the ground lead that triggers the relay. So I found that with these being the ground lead, that you can actually hear the relays actually cut on when you hook up both of the ground leads. So I'm gonna run it that way. I think that's the safest, and that's how you're supposed to do it. And I'm not gonna even mess with it anymore. So, anyways, y'all, I hope that helps. With these particular Dodge Intrepid fans, again, these are from an '02 Dodge Intrepid. I think it said, what did it say on it? Dodge Intrepid ES, I believe, model. I'm not sure exactly. I think that might be like an upgraded model of some sort. I don't think it's the high end. I think it's kind of more towards the middle to upper end. But these are the fans that I got them from. Already came with the relays in there, and all I'm gonna do now, again, is just hook up both of those hot leads to one big fat power wire that's gonna go to the battery. I'm gonna hook an inline fuse up to it, so that way if something happens, it'll just pop the fuse, and I think we're gonna be good to go. So anyways, y'all, let me know what you think about these fans and kind of how they look inside of there. I think they look pretty damn good. And I'm getting cold, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, and go ahead and get inside with my girl. Let me flip this camera around real quick. So I wanted to at least give you guys one last video before the end of the year, and there she goes. So I'll probably finish up the wiring sometime this week, and then hopefully I can get a nice day in, so I can take this car to the exhaust shop, and then wait for another nice day, take it down to the my buddy's shop, who is gonna do all the body work and paint for me. So that's it. That's all I got, y'all, for 2019. And man, it's been a phenomenal year, and I appreciate, again, everybody out there. Thank you so much for following along with me. The journey is just getting heated. It's just getting going, and man, we're gonna make it happen, and we're gonna keep this thing rolling. So you guys know what to do, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, y'all. Be safe tonight. Please be safe. Get home safe. If you guys are just chilling, I'm doing the same thing. If you guys are going out, stay low key. If you guys turn up, be safe. All right, deuces.